all of you and a heartfelt namaste. I, Anuradha Sharda, would like to thank all of you for liking our videos, watching our videos, writing in your comments and your suggestions. Today we have Chandrasekhar Sharma ji back with us with Sir Pranam. We continue with our lessons in Germany with Sir. Before we move further, there are lots of videos on Sir's channel. Please do visit his channel also, and he's also written many blogs, many articles on his website, and he's also the author of books. So for a complete package, don't forget to visit his website. A very warm welcome to you, sir.
My pleasure.
So, sir, what are we going to? Where do we start back again with them?
Yeah. See, we went. The first step that we took was understanding what is Swansha, why sometimes second from Swansha is to be seen and sometimes in the Swansha itself. So what is Swansha we are seeing. Now this is about the health and other assets of a person.
Right, sir.
Again in the Swansha only because the thread is still running. The thread continued from the earlier sutra, the 23rd or something like that, and where I think we said Ketu, Gajavavara, Nishta, Chorashta, etc. We have.
Right.
So now comes, and this Tatra, that is two, we are interpreted in two ways. The Tatra can mean Swansha itself, the Navansha Rashi in which the Chara Atmakarak is placed. It can also mean the second Bhava form.
Right.
So here, that second Bhava perhaps has more meaning, but it could as well be the Swansha itself. So this you must always remember. What does he say? Ravi Rahu Bhyam Sarpanidhanam. Ravi and Rahu, Sun and Rahu, the north node of moon, if they are together, either in the Swansha, that is Navansha occupied by Chara Atmakarak, or second from itself.
Right.
Second from the Swansha, then that person might suffer from snake bite. Now, if we want to understand the logic behind it, remember that Rahu is called Phanindra. We know that Rahu is called snake. He also represents poison. We have seen in the earlier thing that he either cures by poison or gives poison in the last lecture. And Ravi is the doctor. He is also called Bheshaja. He is also the Karaka for the first bhava, the Lagna bhavas. That is why it could also be Swansha. And he says Sarpanidhana. When will that Sarpanidhana matter? Is everybody, bitten by a snake and dies? We must think. As an astrologer, we should not just go by the words. We must understand the intent behind it. That is how I think at my age, but then everybody has his own views. So, which are basically poisonous but useful. So this could also indicate people who might have a very severe reaction after taking some drugs. Okay. It did not always be the snake bite. At least this is how I interpret. You use it on the live charts and then find out. And this should also be seen in the Lagna chart. That is my understanding, the Rashi chart as we call it. Because somewhere else, when we perhaps come to that, the sage has said, Amshadva, Swamshadva, Lagnadva, Dreshkanadva. So he said this should be seen at all those places. And in one of them, obviously, or if in more numbers that occurs, then it will occur in this manner. Now the support that I draw for this is from the next sutra, which says Shubhadrushte Tannivrutti. If benefic aspect, such Ravi and Rahu, Sun and North node of Moon in the second or in the Swansha itself, second from Swansha or Swansha itself, and is aspected by a benefic, then this would not happen. So what will happen? Something good will happen. That something good could be the person getting cured because of schedule A drugs or corticosteroids or phenylbarbiturates. These are all form of drugs which are used for treatment of people. So please understand this. This might appear to be a very different view than what is said, but then this is how I would interpret, and we are all here to understand the sutras in depth because they are very brief. because brevity is the soul of sutras, and that is why they are difficult to interpret. Now, having said that, we go to the next thing, which I was already saying that it can be used as Shubha Matra Sambandhat Jangolika. If these Ravi and Rahu are conjunct with a benefic, then what happens? Then he will use the poison to cure people.
Yeah.
So now you can see the thread going through it. This is what is Sutra. Sutra is not only brief, it has to have a common logic running through the Sutra.
Right.
And
So,
at one place where the logic ends, you go to the next step.
yes.
This is how I interpret the Sutra. Most of the commentators have done in the same way. At some places, we may have different views, but that doesn't mean that they are wrong. This is a viewpoint. We have to understand that astrology is basically pure viveka, as they call it, sense of proportion, understanding what is meant by the sages, because they told in very few words. Parashara at least had shlokas which are a bit longer, so much easier to understand, not very easy to understand at all, but the sutras are even more difficult.
Right.
Now, next, why I say second house, and why I said that if you see the title, I said even house property. See, these are assets. Your life is also asset. So I think that Tatra may be meaning second house only, right from the earlier chapter. And this is why I keep it here, because you see, when Rahu and Sun is in the second house, then naturally Ketu goes to the 8th house of Ayushya, and giving up Ayushya can be there. So this is the complex way, I think, and I hope you don't misunderstand me, or ultimately you take your own decision. All are astrologers and all are wise people. Nobody who is frivolous enters astrology at all. It's a complex. So the 26th sutra of the second pada of the first chapter says Kuja Matra Drushte Gruhadaha ko Agni do va. Va means or. So if this second for Swansha or Swansha itself is only aspected by whom? By Kuja, Mars. Now we understand Mars is Agni Tattva planet. See how beautifully it is being used. He says that in such case, this person would either burn down his own house or give fire to somebody to burn the house. Some people sometimes might be, I mean, amongst the huge majority might find that they were playing somewhere, the either candle or whatever it is of Mahesh, they used to have candles or those lanterns, and it fell down and the house was set on fire. Now, house of set on fire would also include the clothes, because this is talking about the second bhava. So Vastra, Ambar, etc. are also going to second bhava. Though the sage does not say, we should understand. This must be the indication. Kuja Matra Drushte. If only Mars aspects such a combination, which combination? Ravi, Rahu in the second.
Right.
Don't forget that the thread is still running.
Right.
Then he says, because he is saying that if Shubha Drushti is there, then nothing will happen, isn't it? And then if benefics join, then something happens. Then what happens if malefics aspect? So if Puja Matra Drushte Gruhadaha ko Agni Dova, otherwise he will give fire to somebody, matchbox. If you remember, there was a rumor that when that Sikh massacre happened in Delhi, the police used to give the matchbox to the mob which were setting fire to the Sikh people's house. So this is Agni Dova. Then he says, Shukra Drushte na daha. If such a combination, which one? When Mars is aspecting, but also Venus is aspecting, then there would not be any setting of fire. Why? Because Shukra is not only a benefic,
it's also
a watery planet. Isn't it? So,
yes.
So we have to go step by step to understand the logic behind it. Once you understand the logic, because in live charts, you will not find such clear-cut combination. There will be combination of different planets coming there. Maybe with Sun and Rahu, there will be some other planet, and you should not get absolutely confused. What happens when Jupiter aspects? No, he is smart. Jupiter, what he does is, he will help you put fire to the house which is nearer to the Jataka's house, not the Jataka's house itself, because he has to protect the Jataka's house. We know Jupiter protects by the by its aspect. So this guy being smart, he will protect your house, but maybe allow you to burn somebody else's house. So he says, don't burn your own house. So because these concepts are important to understand. Without that, we cannot just go on, applying the sutras.
Right.
Next one is very important. Again, that Vishado Vishahatova will come. Sagulike Vishado Vishahatova. When this combination also has Gulika. Gulika and Mandi.
Mandi.
There is a difference between the two, but Gulika is also pronounced actually as Gulika in some of the texts. Generally, the name is Gulika, not Gulika. But in Sanskrit, you can use both ways. Modern Sanskrit uses Gulika. So, again, the same. Either he will die by poison or he will poison others. Because Gulika is supposed to be son of Saturn, but who has poison in him. He releases small quantity of poison over time. See, so in ancient times, the poison giving system was like that, especially for kings. Napoleon is said to have been killed in that fashion when his residence in Saint Helena was painted by arsenic imbibed paint.
Yes.
And over time he died.
Right.
So this is Saguliko Vishado Vishahatova. Either he will himself die, because while giving that small portion of poison every time, maybe he will get himself poisoned. So here there is a combination of things. And
sir, in olden times, Vish Kanyas were, I know we are deviating, but Vish Kanyas were also born like that.
Yes. They were prepared.
They were breeded like that.
They were given small amount of poison over time. And so poison did not affect them, but they could affect others.
Right.
Similarly, in Maurya Empire, the Bindusar, son of Chandragupta Maurya, he was saved by Chanakya because he was always being given small quantity of poison. So when that Khorasani queen of Chandragupta poisoned his mother, only one drop entered Bindusara's stomach. And that is why he is called the Bindusar. Bindu is a droplet. And he was saved. So that was a practice in ancient times. If kings are to be poisoned, it should not be caught. The person should not be caught. Otherwise, he will be hanged. I mean, there was no human rights of the type, the leftist type in those days. So he would be hanged or he would be cut to pieces.
Yeah.
So they would do these things. So this is Sagulike Vishado Vishahatova. Sometimes he would himself die. The person who is administering the poison. Is it? Because sun is there. So sun has capacity to harm. Sun can take away strength of somebody. So that is the concept behind it. Then what happens when moon aspects? So having said that, Shubha Drushte Sannivrutti, Tannivrutti. If benefics are, but they are also giving different benefics. What they do. Chandra Drushte Chaura Apahruta Dhanas Chaura. If moon aspects, then either his wealth will be stolen by somebody or he will steal others' wealth. Again, either or. Now, how that either or will operate would perhaps, to my mind, depend on the 5th and 9th house of that Jataka, which will indicate whether he will be fine with, stealing somebody's wealth. And maybe in that case, his own wealth could be stolen. Moon is connected with stealing. People rarely understand that.
No, sir, we know that.
Go into the larger library of astro books and you will find that in some cases he is supposed to be deceptive. So, Chandra Drushte Chaura Apahruta Dhanas Chaurova. So, this is pretty clear, I suppose. Right. He can even steal from the thieves. Chaura Apahruta. His Dhana also he can take away. So, there are, or maybe he would be a politician. So that is Chandra Drushte Chaura Apahruta Dhanas Chaura. Then comes
Today we are talking a little out of context here, but it is also said in our classical text that if Moon and Mercury are together,
yeah.
then such a person can, and it has a malefic effect, then such a person can be an ace, thief, or a robber.
Yes, because see here what happens, malefic aspect is already there. If moon is aspecting, he has to be in the seventh from mm, sun. Of course, we are talking about the Rashi aspects.
Right.
Here, no, this would not be Rashi aspect, this would be Graha aspect. Of course, if it is a dual Rashi, then it would still be aspecting from the seventh house. It can aspect from the seventh house, and that is where the combination.
Right.
And so, mm, it's a beautiful use of already established principles in a very concise manner.
Right.
So please, astrologers, do not think that the traditional astrology and Gemini is something different. This amplifies certain part of astrology from a different point of view, using the same principles. And these principles you can use in traditional astrology as
Hmm.
well. Now next comes Buddha Matra Drushte Bruhad Bija. This is a bit complex thing. If only Mercury aspects, then generally the testes are enlarged or whatever, hydrocele or something like that can happen. Growth bija. Bija is where sperms are generated. So oh, now why? Because he gives something which is long lasting. Buddha, Mercury, is said to rule over all three doshas. And his poisoning would be of a very different type. He is a benefic because he is alone. So there would not be any snake bites or something, anything like that. Yet he can, by his aspect, give you some long-lasting problem.
Hmm.
Now, the second house being opposite to the eighth house,
Hmm.
and eighth house representing reproductive organs, we have to understand what can happen.
Hmm.
Isn't it? So that is why this becomes more, because you don't understand suddenly why growth being, what has this to do with it? No, this still has that logic going. Now here that thread ends, the Swansho ends, and now we come to Tatra Keto Papa Drushte Karna Cheda Karna Rogo. Now here something else comes immediately. Here that thread is gone. Swansho or second is gone. Now here only Tatra Keto. If Ketu is there, Ketu is in the second and aspected by malefics, then either he will have some ear disease of the ear, or his ear could be cut off. Why cut off? Ketu gives up. And here it appears second from the Swamsha, Gemini is thinking of it not as eyes but as ears. So maybe in that case, it would perhaps be the first Drekkana, because he also talks about Drekkana chart to be looked at. And though not very specifically said like that, because Drekkana is about your face and all that. You are all astrologers, you know that, isn't it? Then Buddha Shukra Drushte Dikshita. Next is if Mercury and Venus both aspect the second from this function, then he is somebody who has received Diksha from his Guru. Why? Because that is speech.
Hmm.
Here it is. Obviously, from the first sutra, we know that he is considering it as ear. And those who have had Guru Diksha, sometimes the regular serious way of Guru Diksha will know that when Gurus give the Diksha, then you are asked to sit on one side of Guru, and then a cloth is put over your head, and he gives that Diksha in your ear.
Yes.
So Buddha and Shukra together, Shukra is, don't forget, he is also a Brahmin and he is also a Guru. And this is Mantra Diksha is given. Mantras are basically, in a way, the Sanjeevani mantra, as you know, belongs to Shukra. So this must be the logic behind it. I would say he would also perhaps have some, ornaments in his ear, so that which will please all the ladies, and because Shukra is ornaments also, and so everybody would not be Dikshita, but there are other, mm, rules given, which we have to understand and apply all of them together. Now again, you are finding Buddha Shani Drushte Nirvirya. We saw that Buddha alone will give Brihad Bija, the hydrocells or enlargement of testes. Buddha with Shani will make him. Nirvirya has many meanings. People generally translate it as impotent. It is not impotent. No. It is somebody who has perhaps paucity of sperms.
Hmm.
In case of a male, in case of a female, obviously it will be the problem of ovulation.
Right.
So whenever we have to understand the science is sex neutral.
Hmm.
But apply your viveka, otherwise you will say that female, how can she have enlarged testes? No, she might have cystic ovaries.
Right.
So, I hope I am not boring, but I think it is necessary for us to understand exactly how it is going.
Exactly, sir.
And Buddha Shani Drushte, Nirvirya, is the last sutra we will deal in this, because I always believe information overload is a bit difficult to absorb, and longer lectures, people hardly can concentrate. I cannot concentrate myself, so I assume that you also cannot. You might be able to concentrate, being learned astrologer. And so here we come at the end of this lecture, and in the next one we will go from Sutra 34, 35 onwards, and let us see what happens.
So it has been very nicely comprised as a very beautiful combination of in the sutras, and as you have taught us, Sun and Rahu, and in the Navamsh, in the own Navamsh of Sun or the second from it, and these various aspects on Sun and Rahu, and so many different combinations coming up for us.
Yes.
So that we have a long way to go. If you have this combination in your chart, please do let us know. Please write and let us know how far you are able to work on this. If you have this, if somebody else has this combination in their chart, please do write in and leave in your comments. So thank you so much, sir, for this beautiful explanation.
The pleasure is mine.
Thank you again. Thank you.